The show must go on. And it is going to go on with me as its one and only star.
That, of course, is daytime's legendary leading lady, Susan Lucci, best known for her iconic role as Erica Kane, one of the most famous characters in television history.
And after more than 40 years and over 10,000 episodes, classic episodes of the iconic soap All My Children is making its way to Canada on Pluto TV. And Susan joins us now here in studio. Welcome to the morning show.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here. So happy to be here in Canada. We always had such a big viewing audience from Canada. And I've been asking, please, can I go to Canada? I want to meet everybody. This is great.
You're always welcome here north of the border. I was telling Susan in the commercial, I'm having an out-of-body experience.
Uh-oh.
Meeting Erica Kane in person.
Oh, I know. This is our in-house soap fan. You name it. You love all soaps.
Yes.
You grew up on soap operas and game shows.
Well, we were just talking about that power block that ABC had.
Yes.
It was you on All My Children, Judith Light on One Life to Live, Tony Geary on General Hospital.
Yes.
That's my youth right there.
I love it.
And we just had Deidre Hall last week. We've had the queens of soaps come on. Okay, so Erica Kane, iconic, embraced for her grit. Are there times, because you played her for so long, are there times that you go, what would Erica Kane do here?
Well, I'll tell you, my husband was Austrian, and we would go skiing. He was amazing. I was not. I was a latecomer to the sport. But I would ski down some of those double diamonds and think, you are Erica Kane. You can do this. Yes.
That is so All right, we have to talk to you, too, of course, about your name being once synonymous, kind of shorthand for always being nominated and never quite winning. And, actually, recently we had Shamar Moore with us on the show.
Shamar?
Who, of course, helped break the curse. It was like 18 nominations, and you won the 19th time.
Yes, you are an aficionado. You know all this stuff. Thank you.
So Shamar announced your name. We asked him about that moment, and here's what he told us recently.
Oh.
So when I flipped over that card on the day and it said Susan Lucci, I almost cussed on national television. And the only thing I could think of was, the streak is over, Susan Lucci. And the place went wild. And then all these years later.
Oh, did the place ever go wild? None of us will forget that night, Susan. And talk to us about that moment and what it meant to you.
Thank you so much. After the 9th time of not winning, I went numb every time. I would never hear the name. And in any case, that night we were in the Garden, and we were usually in Radio City, but it was closed for renovation. So that Emmys that you just showed, we were in Madison Square Garden. So when Shamar Moore announced, the streak is over, I thought, isn't that nice? He's giving the playoff results, for hockey and basketball. That's great. And I didn't really, as I told you, I went numb after the 9th time. This was the 19th time, so I didn't hear my name. But I had a big fear that I might someday just go up, because people would write to me, just go up and get that Emmy.
But the reaction from your colleagues and the crowd that night.
I mean, Rosie O'Donnell was on my left. She said when I sat down, let me take your evening bag when they say your name. I said, they're not saying my name. History has taught me they're not saying my name, but thank you. And my husband picked me up by my right elbow. He was next to me on my right. And I leaned into him and whispered in his ear, are you sure? And he said, so then I went up on stage, and honestly, when I turned around and saw the peers in my industry on their feet, I mean, my knees turned to jello. I wasn't sure I could stand, let alone speak. So, but the night before, lying in bed, I thought, people think this is my year. They keep telling me this is my year. The New York press corps, who is a very tough bunch of characters and fabulous to me, and they were all saying, yes, this is your year. And so you get whipped into a frenzy, and I thought I better prepare some comments, because if I do win after all these years, I have so many people to thank, to say. So that's, I was glad I did, but I didn't know if I could even speak.
When you look back at that time, those years, and also the storylines, All My Children was groundbreaking in some of the areas where they went. Was there one that you were in, oh, okay, wow, we're gonna do this, we're gonna go there?
Yeah, well, Agnes Nixon was a visionary. Agnes Nixon is the reason we had all these storylines. We, as the cast, used to call her a witch. a good witch, because she would have storylines on the air that we would have been working on for 6 months or a year, and only then did they appear on the cover of the New York Times, the front page of the New York Times, as a cultural interest. And so, Erica had the first legal abortion on TV. Bianca coming out to Erica. Actually, I had just been lucky enough to go in for Bernadette Peters and Get You Gone on Broadway, make my Broadway debut, which was a thrill of a lifetime. And I just loved it. And they asked me to come back and play Annie Oakley and keep going. And ABC would not let me go. And I am not somebody who takes no lightly. I will try to think, how can I go around the wall, through the wall, under the wall, over the wall? And they really couldn't. They couldn't guarantee that I could be there for a half hour, which is your call time for a Broadway show. And they said they were going to be I was going to be involved in a very emotional, very important storyline. And I still kept thinking, I can do that, but they couldn't do it. Anyway, the storyline came out, and it was Bianca, a 16-year-old Bianca, played by fabulous Eden Regal. And she played my daughter Bianca, who was coming out to me, to Erica Kane. And it was a story told in 2 years worth of storytelling over time, very emotional, very long days, but so important to have that material. And that was Agnes. She had to fight sometimes for years to get storylines on.
But that's what the soaps do, and they have such a rich history and tradition of doing that, taking on subjects and tackling things and talking about things. Before we let you go, I wanted to ask you, aside from Erica Kane and All My Children, you once played Keanu Reeves' mom in Outcome, one of our favorite comedians.
Yes.
Now, you actually turned that role down at first, we understand.
Well, I wasn't sure I was going to take it. I didn't actually turn it down, but, well, I did. My publicist had sent me the script because Jonah Hill had watermarked my name. He wanted me to do this. And I love Jonah Hill, and I love him even more having worked with him. But I was so afraid. I had just come through a very emotional time at its height, I lost my husband, and I wasn't sure, because I play the foul-mouthed mother of Keanu Reeves, which it's a comedy, it's a dark comedy, but there are underpinnings underneath that were very emotional, and I wasn't sure that I could go there or should go there. And so I said, I'm not sure I'm going to do this. And when I lied in bed that night, I just couldn't help myself. I started working on the part. I couldn't help myself. It was such a good part. And the next day, early morning, I called my publicist and said, please don't tell them that I'm thinking of not taking this, because I need to give it another chance. I'm going to read this in the light of day and see. And of course, well, then Jonah called, and lucky me.
Lucky us. All right. Well, a series marathon is running on the All My Children channel on Pluto TV now. Check it out. The great Susan Lucci, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Great to see you.
Great to see you. Thank you.